Hi guys, so I want to address this whole thing of being kind to yourself. And when is it being kind? And when are you actually listening? And when have you crossed the line and you are just not showing up? You are being lazy, you're actually confusing kindness for weakness. Now, confusing kindness for weakness has been quite a societal thing. Is whenever somebody's kind, it's often confused with you can trample over them, they can't stand up for themselves, you can just mess with them, or they're really speaking up for themselves. We've really confused kindness with weakness. But the worst is when you see it in yourself, when you actually don't see it in yourself, we are often being required to be kind to yourself, being compassionate, to listen to our bodies, and to listen to when we actually need, let's say for instance, when we need to rest, when we don't need to be out there, when we need to be really, really kind. And sometimes what I see as being kind is actually just not stepping up. So being kind, and I've said this before in many videos, is not to be confused with it's going to be easy. Being in a flow state doesn't mean it's always just plain sailing and everything's being easy, and the minute you get some kind of obstacle, you're not in flow and you're not being kind. No. Quite the opposite. When you're in flow state, when you are being really kind to yourself, you are so in tune, so aligned, that you really understand and understand, and really there's a shift that happens when you feel aligned. There's an expansion, there's an openness, and that only really comes when you're on so in tune with your energy. And your energy, what is the biggest indicator of your energy is your body and your relationships. What is happening? How are you interacting with the world, with other people, and so forth? It doesn't mean it's always easy, like I said, but there's an expansion. There's a subtle shift that comes only when you start really being in tune. When you stop being so ego-driven that you only look at what is the outcome of this. When you actually start tuning in, and how am I showing up? What is happening internally for me? And that's why I'm so in love with body work, and any kind of work that strengthens and that supports the body, because that is the indicator. That is the indicator, and it sometimes may feel, that it's not easy, but there's still a kind of centering. There's still a kind of inner knowing of, yeah, I can do this. And of course, not always 100%. Of course, many times you will not feel in touch, or you might do something that is I've overtrained in the last few days, and I really felt quite fatigued. And overtrained is also like a let's say a statement. It's not that you can't recover from that, and it's not about beating yourself up. It's to constantly have that awareness of, okay, I really do feel a bit too crunchy now, too fatigued, too contracted, actually, I should say, as opposed to where I feel more expansive, when my throat is clear, when I can actually speak from the center, when I don't feel my nervous system is too much on edge. And the only way you really learn to read that is to be in tune, to tap into your body, to get that sense through quietness, through learning your own energy signature. What is aligned for you? What is expansion for you? What is openness for you? What does it mean to be in flow? What does it mean to be kind? And not what does it mean to just take the easy way out? I've been hammering this drum forever, and I will still keep on hammering it. And as I say, the teacher teaches what they most need to learn. So it's a constant journey for me as well to find that balance. It's not always easy, but we're showing up. So I just want to invite you, and I also invite you to share how you know when you have overstepped that boundary of not being kind, but just absolutely shying away. And sometimes we need to shy away. Sometimes we need to go a bit more inwards. But it all comes with really being tuned, really tapping into that subtle energy of your body, tapping into that life force. And that's such a fascinating topic. So I'd like to share, and I'd like to hear some of your views on when you know when you're just being kind to yourself, and when you're actually shying away, when you're actually becoming the manipulator. Now, there's a topic for another video that I've discussed with a client the other night that is also just so fascinating, but we'll keep that for next time. Have a beautiful day, and thanks for listening. Thank you very much. Goodbye.